Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today I'm doing myself a big favor because I'm tasting the new Daftmill. Daftmill, never heard of that? Well, probably not, because that's a quite new distillery. It was founded in 2005 as a farm distillery, which produces only seasonal malt whiskies, and they waited a long time before they published their first bottle. And I always looked at that distillery and said, well, sometime I have to taste that one. But the amount of bottles available is so small that I always said, no, I'm not tasting that. I give those bottles to our customers. They are worth it, worth them. Yeah, and the Cuthberts, that's the name of the family, they distill on stills which I saw at Forsyth in Rothes when they were built. So it must be in the year 2003, 2004, when I visited Forsyth, that I saw those stills there. So I knew of that distillery, and then we heard rumors about production, and then the cupboard said, no, it's just for us. No, we're not selling. And now the bottles are out there and they're expensive. This bottle, 12 years of age, well, unchill filtered, uncolored, cask strength, close to 300 euros, dollars, pounds, wherever you live. Well, they're making money with that, and they have to have money, get our money out of that, because if you're building a distillery and stills cost 50, 60, 70,000 pounds, so you have to earn money with that. And if you're producing only very few bottles, they have to be very expensive. It's a distillery, a lowland distillery, and the casks they use are fresh bourbon casks from the Heaven Hill distillery in Kentucky. And this bottling is limited to 226 bottles. And another specialty is they use their own barley they produce on the farm. They grow and harvest on their own farm. The bottle is one of the tallest I've ever seen, taller than my tallest plastic background, white. And this is the bottle 82 of 226 bottles. Distilled in 2007. Francis and Ian Cuthbert. Yeah. Ha! There's a fault in the writing in our system. It's Cuthbert and not Cuthberts. It's 58.2, so I have to dilute it a little bit. And they are located in the heart of the Kingdom of Fife. Daftmill is a farm distillery owned and operated by the Cuthbert family. It only runs in the farm's quiet periods, midsummer and winter, sometimes producing as few as 100 casks per year. When not distilling, Francis Cuthbert looks after the estate, growing the malting barley and used to make this lowland whiskey. The barley variety Optic was grown in our south fields and harvested in the last week of August 2006. It was then stored on the farm to be malted in Aloha during the summer of 2007. This first Phil X Heaven Hill bourbon barrel, it was distilled in our winter season, being filled on the 20th November 2007 and bottled in 2020. Yeah. Very good. And it's seal waxed, typically for some American distilleries. So I have this waiter's knife, as it's called, and I hope I get it open because there's no end to pull on. This one, probably here. Looks good. Yeah. Here we go. Hope I do not cut into my fingers. This is weird. So I think they've forgotten to have this band below it, but I'm close to ready. So give it a cut on the top of the glass. I think this is part of the enjoyment on this bottle. So here we go. That's it. I won. If I remember right, when I saw the stills being built, they just have 2 stills. It's typically said the lowland distilleries have 3 stills, but that's no longer true. Most of the lowland distilleries have only 2 stills. So this is natural color. This is 58.2. A lot of vanilla. That's fresh ex-bourbon casks. Maltiness in the background. Caramel and a fruity bourbon character on top of that. Yeah. Fresh fruits together with a very lot of vanilla and caramel. Fudge, little sweet note in it. Now moving over to maltiness, big maltiness. And now some very fruity notes, like, sorry to say that, like gummy bears. Leading over to marshmallows. So this is a sweet, fruity, vanilla, fudge-like single malt whiskey. So I don't taste with 58.2, so bring it down a little bit to 50. So here we go, 50 or a little less of that. Giving marks on the glass. Now it's a lot fresher, more open, a lot more aroma in it. It needs water, really. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Afterwards, the distinct spiciness of American oak. Friendly spiciness, but strong enough. Everything's first fill. It's just one cask. It's first fill of a Heaven Hill cask. A little drier in the aftertaste. Big mouthful. So it's always a pleasure for me to have a new distillery in my glass. I've never tasted before, and seeing a farm distillery with a relatively small equipment, producing only very few whiskies. It's really a pleasure to have this bottle. We only have very few, and we discussed, should I open that or give it to our customers? We only have very few bottles left, but I decided, well, I give myself this reward and open that bottle. I wanted to have that. Yeah, that's good for a first try, or third, fourth, fifth try. So they are on the market, I think, with a 12-year-old. They haven't published a younger one, haven't they? Probably they had been the first. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that's it for today. A wonderful new distillery. Hopefully we see more of that, and hopefully we see falling prices of this Daftmill single malt whiskies. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. There's more to come.